We won't finish these notes all the way, but we'll do half of them today, half of them next class. So a midsegment looks like this. If you have a triangle and you have two midpoints on the sides of the triangle, the midsegment is the segment that connects them. So a line segment connecting the midpoints of two sides of the triangle. A midsegment has two properties that we want to remember. The first one, it is half the length of the third side. So, for example, if that's 5, the third side of the triangle, the bottom one, would be 10, half the length. And a midsegment is also parallel to the third side. And so remember, we showed parallel with arrows like this. How many midsegments can a triangle have? More than one. More than 2. 3. Triangle can have 3 midsegments. So let's go to the next page. We're going to draw them. So here's how you draw all of the midsegments. I would do the midpoint of every side. So notice when I do the midpoint, I need to put congruent marks on either side of it. There's the midpoint of this side. And then the midpoint of the bottom side would be here. And so here's one midsegment. How many tick marks would I put on that midsegment? I would not put 4. Yeah. It would not be 1.
3.
3. Why?
Because it's half the third.
Yes. So we put 3 tick marks because it's half of the length of this bottom side. See how that bottom side is made up of 2 segments that have 3 tick marks each? The midsegment is the same as one of them. So here's the other midsegment, or another midsegment. How many tick marks would go on that one? Not 4. Not 3. 2. Because this one is half the length of this side. This side is made up of 2 pieces that have 2 tick marks. So then here's their third midsegment. How many tick marks would that one get? That would get 1. Bless you. Okay. Go ahead and do the other ones. Draw in all the midsegments. Okay. So we got our mid-segments. So let's look at this example here. Jackson. Okay. Draw a mid-segment MN so that it is parallel to AB. So that's this one here. Mark the congruent segments and the parallel segments. Here we go. How long is MN? How long is MN? Huh? 13 centimeters. It is half the length of the third side. Okay, here's a question. Because it said draw the mid-segment.
Is there a reason it's called like M?
No.
Or always do that?
Nope. I was told to draw it that way, though. Yeah. Okay. Another thing here is since these lines are parallel, if this angle here was 60 degrees, what would this angle be? Would not be 30? What would it be? 60. What type of angles are those two 60-degree angles? They are corresponding angles. Okay, so that would be the same with whatever this one is and whatever that one is. Since those sides are parallel, we're going to have some corresponding angles. So let's look at an example here. AB would be parallel to what? YZ, the third side. Okay, XY would be parallel to BC. Okay, if BC is 3, then what would XY be? I heard it. What is it? That's it. 6. Remember, it's twice as long. If AC is 8M, then XZ would be 16M. Remember, it's just 2 times the length there. If XY is M plus 1 and BC is M minus 3, how would we solve for M? Would I set them equal? Are they equal to each other? No, they're not equal. Lee, what are you thinking?
M minus 3 times 2.
M minus 3 minus 2 times 2? Then what?
Equal M plus 1.
M plus 1. Do we agree? Yeah, this is correct. BC is half of XY, so that means we need to multiply it by 2 so that they're equal. We need to double it. When I see something multiplied like this, 2 times m minus 3, what do I need to do? Distribute. So I would have 2m minus 6 equals m plus 1. What would I do next to solve? Add 6 to both sides. And then subtract m. So m equals 7. This problem is telling me to solve for x, y, so what would I need to do with m? Is that not double it, no. I'm trying to find x, y. X, y is here. Awesome. Add 1. Yeah, we're going to take it and we're going to substitute it in for this m right there. We get 8. Okay, the last question here is saying that the perimeter of YXZ, so that's this triangle, is 36 feet. And then it's asking what would the perimeter of BCA be, which is this triangle right there. What does perimeter mean? Perimeter is, it is the high symbol. Okay. What does perimeter mean? What do you mean outside? The outside. Yeah, Megan? The border? Okay, the length of the edge. The sum of the lengths of all the sides. The sum of the length of the sides. So if I just say it's the outside, right? Well, I could say, well, this green coloring is the outside, right? The perimeter is 36. It's the length of the green. Perimeter is the sum of the sides. Yeah, so if the green triangle has a perimeter of 36, the purple triangle would have a perimeter of 18. It would be half. Okay. With your partner, do numbers 7 through 12. Very set, go. All right, guys, let's check our answers to this. So what is the length of TS? 6. Yeah, it would match this mid-segment up there. What is the length of TR? 12. What is the length of WT? That would be 5. What is the length of SQ? Also 5. What is the measure of angle T? 60 degrees. Yeah, so those would be corresponding. And then the measure of angle R would be 40 degrees. Okay, so for R, we need to look at this triangle. And we see we have 60, 80. We know that the leftover has to be 40 degrees. Okay. We'll finish these notes in part 2.